You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It may sound cliche, but it's true. The people around you shape your mindset, influence your behaviors, and set the tone for what you believe is possible. When I started Alibaba, I surrounded myself with people who believed in the vision and were committed to making it a reality. Together, we challenged each other, grew, and achieved things that none of us could have done alone. Your circle matters because it directly impacts your personal growth and success. If you surround yourself with negative or unmotivated individuals, it will inevitably drag you down. On the other hand, being around ambitious, forward-thinking people inspires you to aim higher. These are the people who will challenge your ideas, push you to grow, and support you when times get tough. They create an environment of growth and success. It's important to be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life, but rather choosing to invest your time and energy in relationships that lift you up and help you become the best version of yourself. Surround yourself with people who encourage your personal development, and you'll naturally find yourself reaching higher levels of success. One of the best decisions I made was to build a team that shared my vision. The early days of Alibaba were filled with uncertainty, but the team's dedication and belief in our mission kept us moving forward. We leaned on each other during tough times, and that support system was crucial for our success. It's a reminder that no one achieves greatness alone. So who are you spending your time with? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? If you want to achieve your goals, make sure you surround yourself with the right people. They are the ones who will push you to reach your full potential.
Let me tell you a truth that may surprise you. I failed in almost everything I tried in the early years of my life. I faced rejection so often that I lost count. I failed my university entrance exams 3 times. And when I finally graduated, I faced rejection after rejection in my job search. Even KFC turned me down. Out of 24 applicants, I was the only one not hired. But rather than see each no as the end of the road, I began to see them as stepping stones. Each of those moments became a strict teacher, imparting lessons on patience, resilience, and the courage to stand up and try again. Those failures shaped who I am. Without them, Alibaba might not even exist. It was through those tough rejections that I understood a crucial truth. Success doesn't come from avoiding mistakes. It comes from learning how to grow stronger with each one. Every obstacle taught me more about the mindset I needed to transform dreams into reality. I realized that overcoming life's challenges meant finding the power to turn each setback into strength. When everything seemed to be against me, I focused on a simple question. If not now, when? If not me, who? That thought drove me forward, even when no one believed in me or in my ideas. Many thought the concept of e-commerce in China was impossible, but I saw the future in digital possibilities. I didn't need anyone's approval to believe in my path. My vision of what the world could become was my fuel. With each rejection, I realized that those no's were like the roots of a tree. The deeper they went, the stronger the tree grows. Those mistakes weren't just failures. They prepared me, day by day, to build what Alibaba would eventually become. Growth requires making mistakes, learning, correcting, and moving forward. Believe me when I say that it's in those silent moments of rejection that we find the courage to press on and take the next step.
It wasn't just about making money or being the biggest. It was about creating something that had a real impact on people and business. Having a clear purpose is like having a compass in the middle of a storm. It's what keeps you on course when the going gets tough. Without this purpose,
It's easy to lose direction and get carried away by the distractions of the business world. A clear purpose is not just a nice slogan or an inspiring statement. It's something that should be ingrained in every decision you make, in every strategy you create. It's why you do what you do. And when that why is strong enough, it becomes a driving force that guides your actions and decisions. I remember many times when, faced with challenges, returning to our purpose gave us the strength and clarity we needed to keep going. Having a clear purpose also helps to attract people who share the same vision. When you know exactly what you're fighting for, it's easier to find other people who believe in the same thing. And these are the people who will walk with you even when the going gets tough. They're not just there for the salary or benefits, but because they believe in the same dream. And don't think that a clear purpose is something you find overnight. It evolves over time. In the beginning, my purpose was simply to show the world that small businesses could have a global platform. Over time, this evolved into something much bigger, to create an ecosystem that could benefit not just merchants, but society as a whole. And that's the power of purpose. It grows along with you and your vision. One important thing about having a purpose is that it needs to be genuine. People can sense when you're being authentic. If you're just talking about purpose to look good or attract attention, people will notice. But when your purpose is real, it becomes a magnet that attracts opportunities and connections you never imagined. And finally, never underestimate the impact of a clear purpose on overcoming obstacles. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, it's much easier to maintain the motivation and resilience needed to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity.
I failed many times in my life. I failed my university entrance exams 3 times, and I was rejected from over 30 jobs, including KFC. At first, it was easy to blame the system, the economy, or even bad luck. But something shifted in me when I realized that the only way to transform my life was by taking full responsibility for it. When I stopped looking for excuses and started looking for solutions, that's when my journey to success really began. Life doesn't hand you all the answers, and waiting for perfect conditions is a waste of time. The key is to stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I do about it?" When you make that shift, your focus changes, and where focus goes, energy flows. If you don't take control of your life, no one else will do it for you. I used to say, if not now, when? If not me, who? That mindset pushed me to take action, even when the path wasn't clear. Taking responsibility isn't easy. I had to face my mistakes and understand that my choices led me to where I was. It was painful, but it was necessary. Every failure I encountered taught me something invaluable. Without that awareness, I wouldn't have been able to overcome the challenges that lay ahead. The truth is, while you're busy blaming the world, you're missing the opportunity to become the person who can truly change your reality. I learned that trying to change the world around you is pointless if you're not willing to change yourself first. As I often say, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. Real change starts from within, and it's that internal shift that transforms everything around you. Once you take responsibility for your life, something extraordinary happens.
When we talk about success, the first thing many people ignore is failure. Failure is an essential part of any journey, but few are prepared to face it. I personally have failed countless times, from being rejected by the police to failing 30 job interviews, including one at KFC, where I was the only one out of 24 applicants not to be accepted. This taught me that failure is just a gateway, not the end of the road. Learning from failure means understanding that each rejection, each closed door is preparing us for something greater. When I was rejected by Harvard 10 times, I could have given up. But I realized that failure was shaping me. It was teaching me resilience. Failure is the best teacher you can have. You don't learn to be strong in success, but in the moments when everything seems to go wrong, the real lesson lies in how you respond to failure. You can regret it and give up, or you can use it as fuel to improve. Failure forces us to analyze what went wrong, to find creative solutions, and above all, to become stronger. Many people avoid failure at all costs, but in fact, it is precisely failure that drives us to innovate and grow. It's what gives us a clear vision of where we can improve and where we really are strong. When I started Alibaba, we faced significant failures. Nobody believed in the business model. I was told I was crazy, that China would never do business online. In the first few years, we didn't generate a penny of revenue, and there were times when it seemed that all was lost. But it was in those moments of failure that we found the most innovative ideas like Alipay, which has become one of the most successful digital payment solutions. Without failure, this idea might never have been born. Failure is not something to be ashamed of. It is a necessary stage for any entrepreneur. Learning to deal with it is fundamental to continuing to grow. Success is often just a series of failures that have been put to good use. If you can learn from your mistakes, if you can pick yourself up each time you fall, then failure will become your greatest advantage. So the next time you come up against failure, don't see it as an enemy. See it as a mentor, an opportunity to learn, grow, and eventually triumph. Because at the end of the day, what matters is not how many times you fail, but how many times you have the courage to get up and try again.